Good morning students. For standard 12 we are going to continue with the chapter on sexual reproduction in plants. Now today in the last class we have discussed about the male gametophyte, development of the pollen grains. Today we are going to discuss about the structure of the female gametophyte and the development of the female gametophyte from the archispodial cell. Now let us first discuss, this is the structure of the ovule. Now you must be acquainted with this diagram because in council one of the questions which is quite often asked is the structure of the ovule or the female gametophyte. Now this is showing a typical type of anatropous ovule. Anatropous, we'll discuss it later on. That is the chalaza and the micropyle lying the same line. That type of ovule is called an anatropous ovule. So this is enclosed within the ovary. Okay, so that means the ovary is like this, which is, and the ovule, which later on becomes the seed, is embedded inside the ovary. Now let us see the structure. You will see that the ovule has covering, outer two coverings are there. These are called the integuments. Now these integuments can be single, integuments can be double, integuments can be three also. Even some are there without the integument. Now on basis of the integuments they are named. Like if the integument is 1 we say unitegmic, if it is 2 we call it bitegmic, if it is without the integument then we call it ategmic. So the integument which later on in the seed becomes the seed coat, the outer integument which becomes the testa and the inner integument which becomes the tegmen, the seed coat of the seed. Now just below this you will see there is the embryo sac is embedded here in a tissue called the nucellus. So nucellus is made up of a large mass of parenchymatous tissue where this embryo sac is embedded. Inside the embryo sac towards the chalazal end. Now this end is called the chalazal end and this is called the micropylar end. Micropyle is actually the opening through which the pollen tube enters during the process of fertilization. Now towards the chalazal end you will see there is a 3 cell. Now these cells are all haploid cells, they are called the antipodal cell. Now how this antipodal cell arises we will discuss later on. Inside there is a secondary nucleus which is 2N, means it is diploid, which is formed by the fertilization of one cell of the antipodal and one cell from the egg apparatus. So that's called the secondary nucleus. Later on this secondary nucleus becomes the endosperm nucleus. So it is also known as a definitive nucleus. On the micropylar end, here you have a group of 3 cells. The middle cell is called the egg cell, which is a female gamete, which is haploid, and on the side they are the synergid cell. Together we call the egg apparatus, or they are called the synergid cells. Now here there is another apparatus called the filiform apparatus. The filiform apparatus is actually, it helps in the process of fertilization when the male gamete along with the pollen tube reaches at the micropylar end. Now you have a stalk here. The stalk is called the funiculus. The funiculus is actually the stalk which attaches the seed to the wall of the ovary. And there is a small scar left here. When the seed detaches from the ovary wall, there is a small depression. That's called the hilum. Now this outer wall is called the raphe. This is the embryo sac, nucellus, integument and chalaza. So you have to know about this structure, you have to know the diagram, how to draw this. It is often asked like draw an anatropous ovule and label the various parts. Now I was telling you about the single integument or unitegmic plant, that means having a single integument or single seed coat you find in the Gamopetalous families usually we have. Bitegmic we find in the Polypetalous, in monocot plants we have bitegmic or double end. And ategmic like in Santalum. Santalum is the plant which is what we call, from which we get the sandalwood. That's the plant, and there they have this ategmic. Now on basis of the position of the chalaza, the micropyle and the funiculus, the ovules are categorized into different types which we are going to study along with the diagram in the next class. These are named as like orthotropous ovule, anatropous ovule, like this one, Campylotropous ovule, Hemitropous ovule, Amphitropous ovule and Sarcinotropous ovule. This will study because separately, because it needs each of the ovule requires a diagram that how they are positioned, how the micropyle, chalaza and the funiculars at what angle if they are attached, then how do we define it. Along with the diagram also you can expect one question from this particular part. They ask you the diagram of the different types of ovule along with the names. Now we'll see that the development of the megaspore mother cell or the development of the female gametophyte, how it takes place. Now in the inside this nucellus or inside the archispodial cell, that divides into different type of cell, into an outer epidermal cell and the parietal, which is generally coming from the parietal cells, and there is a sporogenous tissue. So this is called the megaspore mother cell, or which is the primitive cell from where the different types of other nucleus, the antipodal cells and the synergids they develop. This is mainly from the megaspore mother cell, which is 2N. Now, how the development of the ovule takes place, here you can see that the outer parietal cells, they form the integument. The outer integument cells, they divide a little bit faster than the inner integument cells, so they are generally longer. The inner integument cells are shorter. Now, in the meantime, you will see that the megaspore mother cell, which is the 2N, this divides very rapidly, meiotically. So meiotically means this 2N develops into 4 haploid cells. We call the tetrad of the megaspore. So each of this tetrad of the megaspore is actually N. That means they are containing half the chromosome number. So there are 4 cells, so we call it tetrad. Tetrad means 4. Now out of this megaspore tetrad, 3 of them degenerate. That means this cell do not exist. The single haploid cell undergoes mitosis 3 times. So if it undergoes mitosis 3 times, so first mitosis will develop into 2 cells. In the second division they will develop into 4 cells, and in the third division they develop into 8 cells. Now total 8 haploid cells are there. Now this total 8 haploid cells, 4 of them migrate towards the micropyle and 4 of them migrate towards the antipodal cell. Now out of these 4, 1 of them come to the middle, the N, and 1 from the synergid of the egg apparatus. So the N and N fuses here to form the 2N, which is the secondary nucleus. So the secondary nucleus is 2N, which is inside here in the middle, and we have 3 egg apparatus and 3 cells in the antipodal cell. Out of this egg apparatus, the middle cell is called the egg cell, and the outer 2 cells are called the synergid. So synergid along with the egg cell, which is also an haploid cell, they form the egg apparatus. Usually here you have the filiform apparatus. The function of the filiform apparatus is to allow the pollen tube to enter into the embryo sac for the process of fertilization. The antipodal cells are found in the chalaza cell. They are also 3 in number. And the embryo sac is covered outside through the nucellus tissue, and this is inside. Now this is the actual condition before the pre-fertilization stage of the embryo sac or the female gametophyte. So here, along with the diagram, one question is quite often asked that explain the development of the female gametophyte along with the different types of cells of the egg apparatus and the antipodal cells. And you have to show this along with the diagram, a neat diagram. Sometimes only the egg apparatus, the embryo sac has to be shown, sometimes maybe the development. So better is that if you put it diagrammatically, that will be a better score, the scoring will be high in that case. Now let us see in the diagram here, this is what we have already discussed here. You can see this is showing the ovule. So this is the micropyle end, the integuments, This is the nucellus tissue here, embryo sac, the filiform apparatus. You can see here projections, the egg cell, the definitive nucleus, and the antipodal cell. So this is you can see it is shown a little bit enlarged. Now this is showing the fertilization, the pollen tube, how it comes. We'll discuss that later on. And the pollen tube is entering. So this is the chalazal end and this is the micropylon end. So opposite to the micropyle is the chalazal end. So this is a larger embryo sac in the female gametophyte. This is the embryo sac. If you are asked to draw the diagram of the embryo sac, this much is enough. So here you have the egg cells and the egg cell and the synergid, the definitive nucleus and the antipodal cell. This is how the megaspore mother cell is dividing. I told you that out the megaspore, out of the tetrad, 3 of them degenerate and then they divide, divide into 2 parts of 4 cells each. One migrates towards the antipodal, other towards the synergids. So this is how they are showing. See, 3 of them are degenerating. One of the single cell that remains and that undergoes mitotic division. See, this is the embryo sac of the single megaspore mother cell. So first they are dividing into 2 and they are migrating. See, now they have divided into 4 cells. 4 have gone towards the antipodal, 4 towards the micropyle. And slowly then you can see here there are 4 have migrated. And ultimately here you have the definitive nucleus, 3 towards the micropyle and 3 towards the antipodal cell. So this is all about the female gametophyte development and the structure of the embryo sac. In the next class we are going to study about the different types of ovule. So till then, thank you very much for giving a hearing. Go through the chapter. I hope if you have any question, you can put up the question. We can discuss it, and whatever assignments are given, kindly do the assignments. Thank you very much.